Melanie Patrick, co-owner of Emerald Doulas, and this is Vanessa Safi, one of our birth doulas and our executive assistant. And we're here today to talk to you about how to use the TENS unit. So this is our TENS kit. It can be rented from Emerald Doulas anytime after your 36th week of pregnancy, and this video is going to show you exactly how to use it. So inside your pouch is the OB-TENS, which is designed especially for birth and labor, a set of leads, a pack of 4 electrode pads, detailed instructions. There are 4 AAA rechargeable batteries, and 2 Sani cloths for sterilizing the kit afterward. Okay, so Vanessa and I are now going to show you exactly how to use the TENS unit. Feel free to follow along with us. Get the parts out from your kit, and we'll go step by step. So I always store the TENS kit with the batteries out of the unit so that you don't accidentally turn it on by accident. So go ahead and put your batteries in there. And then as you can see, there are only 4 buttons. One is the power button and 3 buttons that help control the sensations. This is created especially for the laboring brain. Once you're in active labor, it can be really difficult to focus on different things. So it's nice that there are just a few buttons to adjust. So that top button is the on-off button. Pretty easy. Once you turn it on, you'll see it says burst up at the top. That is one of the settings, and it's kind of an on-off pulsing sensation. Then the middle button says boost. When you hit that, you see boost show up, and that's a constant sensation. And then the other 2 buttons are intensity. So there's an arrow up and an arrow down, pretty simple. When you press the arrow up button once, you will see 1 line show up. There are 10 levels to this unit. Each one is significantly stronger than the one before, so it will last your whole birthing time. If you read through the instructions, you'll see that it says to keep the sensation on the burst setting between your contractions or birth waves. And then with a contraction as it builds, you can hit the boost button, and that gives you a little extra to help you cope. And then you just switch it back to the burst sensation afterward. In terms of the intensity, we recommend that you kind of match the intensity of your contractions with the intensity of the TENS unit. So early on, you might have it at 1 or 2 in between contractions, and then as it's building, you might bump it up to 3 or 4, and it'll just gradually grow like that. Okay, so now we'll get started in placing the pads on Vanessa's back. You can go ahead and follow along from home. And these pads are electrode pads. They're super sticky, so don't be shy about trying them out right now. We're going to walk through the whole thing. They will still be sticky enough for you to use later in your birthing time. So as I said, you have 4 electrode pads. They're nice and big, so they give really good coverage. When they come out of the package, they're usually pretty cold. So I always like to warm them up. I just like wrap them on my arm or my thigh or something like that and warm them up so it's not shocking to the birthing person. So I'm going to ask Vanessa to just turn around here. Is it okay if I lift your shirt?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to lift the shirt pretty high up. So you're going to use all 4 pads. Hold this down. There we go. Perfect. We're going to use all 4 pads. Each pad goes about 1 inch from the birthing person's spine, and I will show you exactly where to place them. When you peel them off, please keep track of these plastic sheets because you're going to want to put them back on there. So each pad, like I said, is going to go about 1 inch from the birthing person's spine. Your instructions will say right at the brow line, as we all know, bra lines and panty lines vary. So if, depending on the bra that's being worn, or if the birthing person is not wearing a bra that day, you just kind of follow along from the base of their breast around to the back. So is it okay if I lift your bra here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna fold this up a little bit. So we're gonna measure about, not measure exactly, but we're gonna estimate about 1 inch from her spine. And the top of the top pad is gonna go right around the base of her breast at that same level. And you just stick it right on there. The back should be completely dry and clean. Peel off the next one. Here comes the next one. If there's any curvature at all to the birthing person's spine, just follow that curve a little bit. And then you can lower the clothing over it if need be. The bottom 2 pads are going to go low down. So still 1 inch from the spine, but the bottom of the lower pads are going to go at the same level as the top of her butt crack, right? And those go right there. And this distance might look very different for different people. It really just depends on like how long torsoed. If you have a long torso or a short torso, these could be very close together, like on Vanessa, or they could seem really far apart. Either way is fine. And here comes that 4th one. As sticky as these are, they don't leave a residue, which is really nice. Okay, so that's what all 4 pads look like. And then you're going to take your leads. Yes, thank you, Vanessa. The leads have 4 little plugs right here. 2 of them are colored white, and the other 2 are purple and red. So the white ones get attached to the bottom pads. You just push those in, like so. And the same with the top ones. And that's what that looks like in the back. And then you can put clothes down over it all and be really comfortable. You can turn around now. Now, because we were kind of messing with this before, please make sure it's turned off before you plug it in so you don't give a nasty surprise. So once it's plugged in, you want to hand it to the birthing person because they get to control it, right? It's one of the benefits of having the TENS is that on this day where things can feel kind of intense, the birthing person can actually control something. So I'm going to talk Vanessa through this step by step, and you again can follow along at home. So when you press the on button, you're not going to feel anything. It always zeros, okay? Mm-hmm. That first level, once you press the up button once, most people don't feel it, or they feel it very, very slightly, and they may only feel the top or the bottom, which is really normal. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and hit the arrow button up once, and you'll see the burst icon is flashing. So do you feel that at all, Vanessa?
I do. Okay. I feel it on both sides.
Oh, okay, great. So if at home you're not feeling that, that's fine. When you're ready, press the up button again, but please note, there's a significant increase from one level to the next. So some people kind of jump in surprise. It doesn't hurt. It's just surprising at how much more intense it is.
I'm going to press the button now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That is more.
Yeah. What does it feel like?
Still not unpleasant. It feels like kind of like if a cat were doing like the muffining thing, but faster.
Gotcha. Great. And then when you're ready, hit the boost button.
Boost. Oh, boost is intense.
It's a little extra.
Yeah.
And it's a constant sensation.
But it does feel nice.
Some people have described it as like a dry shower. Like
the yes.
Like the water feels like on your back, but it's dry.
Like
Others have compared it to like a massage chair when you're getting a pedicure.
I don't usually like massage chairs.
So it's really great. Simple to use. It feels good. Almost everybody says that they really like the sensations. It's never too early to start the TENS, so the benefits come from starting it very early in labor, which is why we rent the kit so that you can have it at home. It's not the kind of thing that you save until you're struggling. You can just start it whenever you can't ignore your sensations anymore. Please, as Vanessa has looped this around her neck, that's the perfect way to wear it. If it bothers you, you don't have to, of course, but anytime you're going to the bathroom to use the toilet, please do put it around your neck or have your partner or doula hold it for you, because more than one has dropped into the toilet. Okay, so now we're going to talk through undoing the whole TENS unit. I do want to make a note that anytime you're going to be maybe getting in the shower or the bath during your birthing time, take everything off, and you can reuse it, right? So you can put it back on after you get out of the water. Just make sure your back is really, really dry first. So the first thing you're going to do is unplug it from here. Vanessa's already done that for us. If you think you're going to use it in the next few minutes or a couple of hours, it's okay to leave the batteries in, of course. And then we're going to just take off the leads. And then we're going to grab these plastic sheets again and take them off. Try not to pull on the actual leads here, but put your finger under the pads and pull them off. You can keep everything attached, just make sure that the kit is off, the unit is off before you stick your finger under the pad. You won't hurt yourself, it'll just be a surprise. I'm gonna take these off. Sorry. Some people find this uncomfortable, taking it off. Kind of depends on how much hair you have on your back, I guess. Little hairs. Okay. So you're going to put those back on, right? And then, so if you are working with one of our doulas, they will sanitize everything for you and pack it up and will likely return it for you. If you are not an Emerald Doula birth client, we ask you to sanitize everything before you pack it up in the pouch. That's really important, right? So once people wear this all through birth, sometimes there's stuff on it. Some stuff you can see and some you can't. So before you put it back in the pouch, please use both of these sanitizing cloths to wipe it down, and I will show you how to do that. So these sanitary cloths are the same as what's in this tub, and it's really important to put on gloves. So if you're at a hospital, there are gloves in every room. Just grab them off the wall. If you're at the birth center in Chapel Hill, they also have gloves available. You might just have to ask for them. But these, the wipes are not made to be used on bare skin. So you want to put some gloves on. Grab the wipes. And I wipe the whole unit down, front and back, with one. I always look in these little grooves and just make sure there's nothing visible there. We do sanitize them once we get them back home, once you return them. But if there's any blood on there that you can see, it's much easier to wipe that off when it's still kind of fresh. And then you also want to clean all of this. And then I use a second wipe for the strap. I just run it like that. All right. These wipes that I'm using here are much smaller than the ones in the pouch, in the little pouches that are in your kit. So I use more. So that's that, and then you can put it in the unit after you take the batteries out. And then the lead, sometimes blood gets in the little crevices, so please be mindful of that and just wipe that whole thing down. So I start on one end and just really carefully, and I do like a swipe like that, and then I kind of put it in my fingernail, put my fingernail in and run through. And then you just look at it and make sure that there's nothing stuck in there. Same with the other end. Just clean it really thoroughly before you put it in. So once you've gotten it all packed up, just remember that while these pads, electrode pads, are reusable for you, we don't use them from person to person. So these are garbage afterwards. So you can throw those away. So sometimes partners really want to see what the TENS feels like, which is fine. You can go ahead and share it and let somebody else try it and see what it feels like. But please do not put the pads on either side of your head. Do not put pads front and back around your heart. There are some other precautions as well. The TENS is not to be used by anyone who has a seizure disorder or a pacemaker. And never ever take it into the water with you. Thank you so much for watching our TENS tutorial. If you have any questions, you can reach me at melanie@emeralddoulas.com. That's MELANIE@emeralddoulas.com. If you're interested in renting a TENS kit from us, please, you can email that same address, or you can go through our website, emeralddoulas.com.